In the world of photography, what's generally understood is that the larger the film format is, the more detail your image has. This is one of the advantages of shooting in a medium or large format, unlike when using 35mm format, common even in full-frame cameras today. Fujifilm harnessed that edge by introducing its GFX 50S digital medium format system. At $6,500 for body only, this professional mirrorless shooter actually belongs to the affordable bunch. Join us as we find out if this camera is fit for someone who's more than just a hobbyist. The GFX 50S sports a DSLR-like body with an all-black hue and a familiar hand grip. The body is made of quality materials Fujifilm is known for. Here they used a magnesium alloy frame and weather sealed it too, so it feels premium yet is tough. The company's retro style bleeds to the GFX lineup with physical dials for tweaking the settings. These dials come with push buttons in the middle to lock the current setting in place. On the left, the ISO dial is placed with textured jagged sides. Also seen here is the toggle for manual and autofocus. The right side holds the dial for adjusting shutter speed, and dominating the corner is a secondary display, which gives you important details on your settings for quick glances. There's a 3.2-inch 2.36 million dot tilting touchscreen LCD where you can compose your shots, adjust the settings, and swipe and zoom while viewing your photos. Its LCD touchscreen offers its users flexibility of viewing by being able to flip out and extend. The electronic viewfinder, on the other hand, is a removable 3.69 million dot OLED screen that attaches via the camera's hot shoe. Opening the numerous flaps, we have the DC-in connector at the upper left, a micro USB connector, a remote release connector, and HDMI micro connector. Beside those are ports for the microphone and headphones. Fujifilm placed the battery compartment on the left side. We appreciate this implementation since this solves a common issue and helps to easily remove and swap out battery packs when the camera is fixed on a tripod. Meanwhile, it can accommodate 2 mini SD cards at once since, after all, the GFX 50S is targeted towards professionals. Physical controls are easy to use and are pretty straightforward. During the short time we've used it, the only buttons that so far prove to be a little unnatural to reach are the playback and delete buttons, which are located right on top of the display. Although it packs a bulky form factor, it's actually not that heavy at only 740 grams. Ergonomics is also appreciated and it's easy to hold. Inside, the Fujifilm GFX 50S boasts a 51.4 megapixel medium format CMOS sensor with Bayer filter array. Image processing is taken care of by the company's X Processor Pro, which we've seen in the Fujifilm X Pro 2. Its ISO starts at 100 to 12800 but has an extended ISO from 50 all the way to 102,400. Shutter speed is at its fastest at 1/4000th of a second. The GFX 50S, while it focuses accurately as long as there's enough light, is not as fast to lock onto our subject as we'd like it to be. From our experience, it takes about a second and a half to focus, and in that time, the photographer may have already missed the shot of a lifetime. On the upside, its AF point selection joystick proved to be of great help since you can tell it where to focus on the fly. Although, once the scene gets dark, it poses a slight challenge to its autofocus system, more so if the subject is moving. For example, this would have been a momentous capture if only the subject was focused. Using it at a local gig with bands playing and moving around yielded a lot of softly focused shots since the area is dark and we were at f2.8 aperture to get the most light in without going crazy on the ISO. Its 3.2-inch tilting touchscreen also made things a lot easier when we preview shots. We could effortlessly zoom in and out by just using a pinching motion to check if the shots were focused, thus eliminating the need to continuously rotate the zoom dial. A simple swipe also reveals either the next and previous images, again effortless. Since we're talking about a medium format camera, details are definitely noticeable than when shooting with a full frame. We especially like how it reveals the strands of the hair or the eyelashes when shooting portraits. This photo was taken at night with minimal lighting. When cropped to 100%, details are still intact with a bit of noise seen. Colors are lively depending on what color profile you shoot. The GFX 50S also features different film simulations so you can shoot in black and white with different profiles as well as in sepia for that warmer look. Check out the sample photos. Sadly, video recording maxes out at 1080p at 30 FPS, even though most cameras today can already shoot 4K. This might be because the company is mainly targeting the photographer's scene more than the videographers for this camera. Video quality has the same impressive details when there's enough light around. Shooting low light scenarios gave off acceptable image quality, but there are digital noise present due to the needed high ISO. As for battery life, the 50S carries a 1250 mAh battery capacity, which is of course removable. We were able to exhaust a fresh pack in one session with a combination of shooting photos and videos. But for professionals who shoot for hours straight, an extra pack or two is highly recommended. There are numerous things to like about the GFX 50S. There's the light body, generally good ergonomics for easy operation, lovable AF point selection stick, accurate focusing in a well-lit environment, tilting display accessible via touch, and amazing details thanks to its medium format setup. It doesn't break free from faults though, as we find its autofocus to be slow and could miss important shots. Places with little light are also its weakness, and we would rather use manual focus to effectively lock onto our subject. The GFX 50S was officially introduced in the Philippines at the recent Photo World Asia 2017 and has a price tag of 366,990 pesos for the body only. Our unit came with a GF 63mm f2.8 RWR lens, which costs another 83,990 pesos and comes with its own aperture ring for manual adjustment. This might be a steep price for a camera, but for a digital medium format shooter, this is actually quite cheap as others go beyond the $10,000 price mark. And that's about it for today's review. If you liked this video, kindly give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel for more content. Once again, this has been Kevin Francisco, and thanks for watching. See you guys around.